Hi, fourth graders. So this is lesson 3, and we have quite a few vocabulary words for today's chapter. Our first one is a decomposer, and that is a living thing that eats dead plant and animal matter. So these are things like insects or bacteria, and they feed on dead plant and animal matter. So not alive animals or plants, dead animals and plants. Soil is the same thing as dirt. Photosynthesis is a process that plants make their own food, and they do this using sunlight. Safety is the state of being free from harm, to be safe. Organic is from or made by living things. Bacteria are microscopic living things that exist everywhere. Remember, microscopic is very small. Some can be helpful and some can be harmful. Fungus is a plant-like organism that lives on dead or decaying things. Abundant means plentiful, which means there's a lot, more than enough. Decompose means to rot, decay, or be slowly destroyed and broken down by natural processes. A vitamin is a substance found in food that is necessary for good health. And a mineral is a substance that occurs naturally in some food and contributes to good health. So we're going to read chapter 3, which is called Producers, Consumers, and Decomposers. Do you recognize this brown material in this picture? Some people call it dirt. Dirt is what you are supposed to wipe off of your shoes and wash up your hands, right? Dirt is what you are never supposed to get on your good shirt, right? To some people, dirt is just yucky and needs to be cleaned up. Well, ecologists don't mind getting dirty. Ecologists know that dirt is very important. In fact, ecologists don't call it dirt at all. They call it soil. Without soil, life on land as we know it could not exist. Soil is at the heart of most ecosystems on land. That is dirt, which is called soil by ecologists. In the forest ecosystem, every living thing can be sorted into one of these 3 basic categories: producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers make their own food. Plants do this through the process of photosynthesis. Many producers also happen to produce or make things that animals eat. The blackberry plant is a tasty example. It makes its own food through photosynthesis. The berries contain the plant seeds. Wild animals such as birds, bears, and bugs eat the berries. The animals eat the juicy berries, but they do not digest the tiny seeds. That is a blackberry plant, which is an example of a producer. Consumers eat other plants and animals. As you can probably guess, squirrels are acorn consumers. Unfortunately for squirrels, they are not at the top of the food chain. This owl is a skilled predator. It is nocturnal, meaning it hunts at night. It consumes small rodents, including squirrels. With excellent hearing and eyesight, the owl will catch any squirrel or other rodent who leaves the safety of its nest at night. It says the owl is a skilled predator. Decomposers are the 3rd type of living thing in the forest ecosystem. Earthworms are decomposers. They feed on dead organic matter, such as leaves. The worms pull the leaves down into the ground. They shred the leaves into little pieces and eat them. Worms are pretty low in the food chain. Fish, birds, frogs, and turtles will all eat any worm unlucky enough to cross their paths. Some insects are pretty big. Some are so small you need a magnifying glass to see them. Some fly, some crawl. Some insects are decomposers, others are consumers, and some are even predators. Most insects are pretty far down on the food chain. Okay. In fact, there are billions and billions of other living things in the soil surrounding the worm. These bacteria, fungi, and other organisms are working to survive in the same soil. These organisms are so small you cannot see them without a microscope. Bacteria are the most important decomposers They are also the most abundant form of life in an ecosystem. Bacteria and other simple organisms have a very, very important job. Bacteria and other teeny tiny organisms cause dead plants and animal matter to decompose. When something decomposes, its body is broken down into simpler and simpler types of matter. As leaves decompose, their nutrients will become part of the soil. Basically, the decomposed matter provides vitamins and minerals for new plants or other living things. Okay, number 1, which is an example of a producer. 2, which is an example of a consumer. 3, which is an example of a decomposer. 4, which is another word for dirt. 5, what is a producer? Oh, I numbered those wrong. Sorry guys, I'll fix that. 6, what is a consumer? 7, what is a decomposer? And 8, what is the most important decomposer? All right, remember, go back into the text, look for those bolded vocabulary words, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.